Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session with the announcement docket. First case is cause number 24CCCR 1920. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jeffrey Crowder. Mr. Crowder is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Crowder, you can take your mic off of mute.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Crowder.
Morning.
Now, Mr. Crowder, you are represented in this case by your attorney, Todd LeBlanc, who's appearing in court. Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge.
State is represented in this case by attorney Haley Simmons. Ms. Simmons, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Crowder, there's a note on this docket sheet that says that you were ordered to appear in court on today at 9 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes, I tried to call my lawyer last week, last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a few times on Wednesday. No return call until Wednesday. They're being very rude to me. He called back, said he's gonna, I guess, drop my case, whatnot. But yeah, I called him last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then two more times on Wednesday. No return call until later that day. I had a few questions to ask him, but apparently he's gonna drop my case. So I was trying to see if I can get attention and hire somebody else to get my lawyer.
The problem that you have is because you're not here in court, your bond can be forfeited. And if your bond is forfeited, a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even in Texas right now. I was trying to get that situated, but
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, when you did appear in court on the last time we had your case, you appeared by Zoom. We worked out this date according to what you told us. And so Mr. Crowder is not here in person. You have a motion?
State's gonna move for bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is going to grant that motion. Mr. Crowder, your bond is going to be forfeited and a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. Okay?
So we have to put the same thing again.
Well, you're not here in person. You're supposed to appear in person. You was ordered to appear in person.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to make plans for that last week. I tried to call him. I called him 5 times last week before I got a return call, and when he returned your call, he calls back blocked.
Okay,
So like
it wasn't your attorney's fault that you're not here today. And as I mentioned earlier, when you appeared by Zoom the last time a few weeks ago in court, we worked this court date out with you, and this was the date that was agreed upon. So at this time, your bond is going to be forfeited. A warrant will be issued for your arrest.
Okay, so when I do come back, when I do come back to court for this matter, I'll be arrested. I'm not even gonna see you. I'll be arrested right away. When I do come back to court.
I can't tell you what's going on. I'm just letting you know that your bond is going to be forfeited and warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. So at this time, this will conclude this case. And Mr. LeBlanc, you're free to go.
Thank you.
You have a blessed day. And Mr. Crowder, you have a blessed day. This will conclude this case.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 24-CCCR 2384. Case of style the state of Texas versus Enola Lisenby. Ms. Lisenby, is that your full name? Ms. Lisenby, would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Ms. Lisenby, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Lisenby?
Good.
That's good. Ms. Lisenby, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jason Nix. Attorney Nix, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Nix, do you waive a record in Ms. Lisenby's case?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Lisenby, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Enola Lisenby, on or about May 18th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Lisenby, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, Ms. Lisenby, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Ms. Lisenby, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked Nola Contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
I did.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? On the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
It is.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Ms. Lisenby, I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
It is.
Ms. Lisenby, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
I did.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lisenby, are you a citizen of the United States?
State officer.
Any objections? No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Nix, you've advised and counseled Ms. Lisenby. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Not at all.
Ms. Lisenby, your attorney, Mr. Nix has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Ms. Lisenby, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 9 months deferred probation, $300 fine, 40 hours community service, that class and court cost.
Def class. Okay. Let's see. What's the court cost?
No, that's correct.
Okay, Ms. Lisenby, the state is offering that you serve 9 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 9 month probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $300 plus court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $158 a month. Will you be able to pay the $158 each month? You will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service and attend and complete a deaf class and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Lisenby, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Lisenby, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Lisenby, you will stand at the end of that counter next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you will be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Probation.
May I ask what?
Direction. They're on the direction. Government excuse.
Yes, you may be excused. You have a blessed day.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. And write down, no, write down. Down, I thought you said right. You're welcome.
Okay, I just signed these two dismissals. And this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on today's date, March 28, 2025, in County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Prosecutors, you are excused. All right.
Hey, we moved the case, we did something.
What we're gonna do for the rest of the day is
Now we
prepare for
have-
the days to come.
My clerk called from Sergeant wants to that.